Um. Okay, I'm so sorry. I just for the first video. I know it's trash, but like I'm not gonna be playing any games. So just wanted to let y'all know that. So I'm going to my classroom right now, and today I'm gonna do a video that my teacher, has literally like tried to suggest it a little. So I am going to do it. So starting from now, I am going to do the 2019 past paper. I know, yeah, your boy has gotten some big butt cheeks. So it's time to do this past paper. If I move too fast for you, just have to unlock your deeper Barry Allen. So, because Barry Allen is the fastest man alive. Okay, so, are you guys ready to do this with more? So let's go right now. Let's do it the exact way as the exam would. I know they would appreciate me doing this. So are you ready, people and ladies and gentlemen? Let's start with our names because I'm showing you exactly how to do the examination. You can't just go. Let me tell you some main rules for the examination along with the main instructions. J. Dawkins. Make sure you write your full name. Don't need to write your middle name. Just make sure that you have your full name. I'm back. So all you have to do, calculations are good. Okay, so all you need to do is make sure you have your full name out in this line, and it's not gonna be Golden Emperor. Don't use any kitten flash names. Don't use nothing like that. Najee Dawkins, and that can't fit on the whole screen, but you know what I mean by it, right? So hopefully you know what I mean by it. You just have to do it the way I'm showing you how to do it. Wait, yeah, it's cause like it's gonna be really wow. Look at this. I can just try it out. Okay, but let's be serious here. I'm gonna write my name. Make sure you write your name in full. And make sure you do as the instruction says on the paper. The instruction says on the paper. So I'm going to be doing it with you. So hopefully you pay attention to what I'm doing. Because I am doing it for real. You know what? Let me turn on my case cam. It's been a while. And bop. Yeah. Got earphones now. Yeah, a lot. Ow. Sorry for that. So, I'm going to be doing the ability test with you guys. To see how the logic in it works and everything. I'm going to try something new, Something new and something true. Don't listen to me, kids. Okay. People, ladies and gentlemen, I have to figure out how to zoom. Okay, I'm trash. Okay. So right here, I am going to zoom. I'm going to try to zoom in right here. Wow, you can even do color things. Okay. So I'm going to try to zoom in. Okay, so what you want to do is write your name on the paper. So you want to write all your name on the paper. I'm just going to write Najee on the paper. Najee on the paper. So make sure you fill out your name and your other name and such, because you would want to fail the examination just because you didn't write your name on it. So you have to write your name on it. If you don't write your name on it, you're dead. So yeah. Okay, so you have to write your name on the paper. So write your name on the paper, and this you must not you just make sure you do the exact thing as a booklet. Don't try to write nothing. Don't try to fancy with it. You just have to look at your questions and read carefully, because this is like more than a one-time thing, like, you know what I mean? So you have to do what you're supposed to do here. So alrighty guys, because this is going to be really good. Yeah, perfect. Don't have COVID. Okay, so let's go on with the paper right now. Let's go on with the paper. So, first question reads, smoke is to fire as cloud is to. So now we have to look at the relationship between smoke and fire. Whenever you see smoke, the interpretation is that there was fire or something that burns, So smoke is the fire. So when you see a cloud, your interpretation was that the cloud was filled with rainwater. So as cloud would be to rain, or you can do elimination because A could not be it due to the first interaction between two questions. Couldn't be sun, because sun and the cloud doesn't really have anything in common, but technically they're both in the sky. So yeah, and heat is not a good representation, so it must be C. So the answer must be C, and you must shade in, but we're not going to shade in, we're going to just circle right here. See, that was the first answer. Thank you. Yeah, that was the first answer. C. Dog is the puppies as blank is the kittens. Look at the relationship between dogs and puppies. Dogs and puppies. Dog's smaller version of itself is puppies, as cats' smaller version of itself is kittens. So this has to focus on language arts and also the core subject. Ability test is not something you can really prepare for, but it's something you can practice and see similar questions on the test. So that's what we're doing here. So the circle, and in the test, in the test, don't go inside that examination room and say, if you do that, I won't be sorry for you if you get that clap. Okay. Don't go circling in the examination room. They do not care if you circle. So make sure you don't circle in the examination room. Remember that. People, don't shade in the examination room. Just please don't shade. Just don't. Okay, enough. Just don't shade. Okay, next question. Dang it, I wish I could. Okay. Wish I could move with this, but no, it's not movable with. So let's move down. And the first and second answer was C. Okay. Number 3, this might be a long video. Just get stretched out. Whisper is to shout, as sleep is to blank. So look at the relationship between whisper and shout. When you're whispering, you're talking really softly, really softly. When you're shouting, you're going on top of your voice. And since whispering is being really soft, and shouting is being really loud, that means these guys are focusing on opposites to each other. So the opposite would be awake. So by the way, you guys can pause the video, do it. Okay, so let's continue. Wait, I didn't do my signature move. Give me a sec. And awake. There. Don't go in the examination room and circle that way. By the way. Yeah. Don't. Just don't. I would be so sad for you if you go in the examination room and shade. So, hot is the cold, as far is to. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to give you in a second. So hot and cold are opposites, just like the next one. And over question 20, we'll be going into quantitative reasoning, where you have to reason out your answers. So hot is to cold, as far is to near. Near, and that's the answer. Whoever says it's not the answer, they're wrong. You have to be your own person in the examination room. And in the examination room, you can't look at anyone else. Look at your paper. If you look in front of you and just say a single word to the person in front of you in the PEP examination in Jamaica, I think it's also Caribbeanized. I don't think it's only in just Jamaica. So if you try to look in person in front of you, man, you dead. Your paper is gonna be taken away from you. And make sure you use the bathroom before you go inside your paper. So for items 5 and 6, select the word that is necessary component of the word in bold type. Hear me? So sandwich. When you have a sandwich, it's bread, the meat, the lettuce, bang, sandwich. Cheese also. If you don't eat a sandwich with cheese, you're a weirdo. So, and if you take away the bread from that sandwich, that's not even a sandwich. You just got a slop on your plate. So, the meat, some sandwiches are without meat, some sandwiches are without tomato, and some sandwiches are without lettuce. Some people like meat sandwiches, some people do lettuce sandwich, some people just do tomato sandwich, and sandwich cannot be anything without the bread, the main component. Whoever got that wrong, what is wrong with you? Now, whoa, that's too big. Dang, okay, so, damn, nothing I can do. Okay, so the answer for this is bread. Make sure you're following. So the answer for that was bread. Okay, everybody? Okay? To talk about that one. Yeah, that's still not Omicron either. Ready? Okay. A house. What is the necessary component of a house? The necessary of a house, you think something like a building. And a house, some houses don't have kitchens. Believe it or not, some houses have some people eat outside, don't even have a kitchen. Some people don't have any stairways, because I don't have any stairways. I don't even have a balcony either. So, and I have a kitchen, but that's not necessary for a house. A house needs a roof, because a house is shelter. And shelter from what? Outside. And sometimes even the rain. Maybe people like the rain. Maybe people like chlorine infested water. So, let's go. Roof. Okay, continue down. For items 7 to 9, select the word that does not belong to the group. Okay. That does not belong to the group. So, you have microwave, you have refrigerator, you have blender, and you have television. A microwave is inside the kitchen most of the time, so we're just estimating that it's inside the kitchen. Okay? And by the way, don't use anything else. Don't use any of your opinions in this. Y'all, if there's information given, use the information given. Don't use any of your opinions or styles. Okay? Even though you go doggy style, don't use that in the examination. Okay. So a microwave, a refrigerator, a blender is all in the kitchen. Or most of the time it is in the kitchen. These are the questions where you can use a little bit of your opinion, but not too much that you consume the question. You have to keep the question open and loose and tightly on this. So we're trying not to go too far in time, okay? So I would say it would be television, because technically a television isn't in the kitchen, because the kitchen has a lot to do with, like water. Like a kitchen has like water in it. Not a real safe place for the television, if you know what I'm saying. So, sanitize. Beautiful. Okay, so number 8. I'm not even gonna, circle anymore. Okay, so number 8. Necessary component. I mean, the word that doesn't belong. Always read, I think. Oh, yeah, always read. Okay, orange, pineapple, mango, carrot. This one's a hard one. But we got orange, fruit. Pineapple is also a fruit. Mango is also a fruit. And carrot is a vegetable. Bet you didn't know that one. So the answer would be carrot. Number 9 and page 4. Sorry. Just check this out. Okay. But let me read the options real quick. A, passengers. B, stadium. C, spectators. D, consumers. But let me give you 2 seconds. Over you got the answer. Now, passengers are usually people, right? Spectators are people, or no, animals, something living. Yeah? Customers are people. Let's classify them as something living. So a stadium isn't something living, or a stadium is watched by people, passengers, passengers. And take a bus. A bus is passengers. A stadium is spectators. A customer is a store, client center, I don't care. Just know that it's his customer. Okay, let me read the passage. Read the passage carefully, then answer items 10 and 11. The first green monkey was brought from Africa to Barbados more than 300 years ago. Now the monkeys are in danger because of men. This guy is basically an alien then. Okay. The monkey often attack fruit trees and birds, so the farmers shoot them. Understandable. Also, there is less and less woodland on the island because it is being cleared for building. Because, I'm not even joking, a huge farm over there was just cleared. It was cleared, a big clear. Not even joking. Okay. This means it is more difficult for the green monkeys to find places to live. So they move onto farmlands where they would get shot in the passage, of course. The mongoose does more damage than the monkey. It was brought to the island 100 years ago, not 300 years ago, to kill rats that were damaging the sugarcane. Now the rats are under control. Mark under control in your head, because it's lined. The mongoose have started to kill other mammals, reptiles, and birds, just like the green monkeys. I think the birds are in danger nowadays. Got him. Question 10. Read the passage and answer question 10 to 11. Question 10. Question 10. Blank means the same as under control. All dead doesn't mean they're under control, man. They're just gone. I'm dead. Yeah, they're just dead. Have increased means that's not under control. That means it got worse. Saved. What are they saved from? From the farmer. Could be, but it says the same as under control. And saved doesn't mean under control. But B has the closest to fewer. Next, question 11. What is the writer most concerned about? A, the rats are endangered. B, the monkeys are endangered. C, the farmers are endangered. I just eliminate C. Farmers can't be endangered. They're literally the attackers. The mongoose are endangered. The passage didn't say much about the mongoose. Just one little part. But it didn't say the mongoose are endangered or in trouble. So, and it couldn't be the farmers, of course. It couldn't be the rats. Couldn't be the rats are endangered. Why would we care about the rats at the end of the day? Hiccups. So the monkeys are endangered. So B would be the answer. Thank you. I just had a hiccup. The pictures below shows the steps involved in baking a cake. Use them to answer items 12. That's the point. 1, they're mixing the cake. 2, they pour in it. 3, they got the ingredients. I think 3 belongs at the back, but you know what? That's your problem. And then 4, cutting the cake. Yeah, that's messed up. And then 5 is the oven. You're basically cutting the cake and then putting it back in the... Okay, that's obviously wrong. Okay, which of the following options give a logical sequence to the steps involved in baking a cake? Question, not me. Okay, so by the looks of it, I think the ending solution is 4. So we're gonna cross out C and D because 4 would be the logical ending of the whole thing. So now we only have A and B. Wait, how did we go so far? Okay, now we only have A and B to worry about. So now we have to solve the logical equation. So we all know it ends with 4 and starts with 3, obviously, and then it goes on to be mixing because you can't pour the ingredients into the batter without mixing them all together to form one liquid substance. And by the way, just saying, mixing all of them together, you can't get back the ingredients that you previously used. Just saying. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so that means 5. Wait a minute. It couldn't be B because 5 is next. And you couldn't have the ingredients, then put it in the oven. That doesn't form the cake. You need to mix it first. So the answer would be A. First the ingredients, second the mixing, and then the pouring into the batter, and then the 5, and then the 4 to make a perfect logical sequence. Good job. So, let's continue. I'm just thinking if I'm getting freezy. Let me see the time. 23 minutes this video has lasted. Okay, we're gonna end at the 20, so we're gonna have to speed this up a little. I mean 30. Let's speed it up. Identify what comes next in the sequence. First you have the seed, then it grows out of its shell, then it forms a plant, then it blossoms. It couldn't be apple, even though apple is a fruit. Not all trees blossom into an apple. Oh my God, all of them are blossoming into an apple. Okay, so it's obviously seed because there you have the seed, then you have the plant, then you have the blossom, then you have the fruit in a natural, like a natural seedling cycle, a natural plant cycle. So I examined the words closely, then placed them in a logical sequence. Belt, leather, cow, skin. So for this, I personally use elimination. First, you have to have the cow, which knocks out everything. Literally nothing starts with a cow. Nothing starts with a cow. So C is the answer. But let's look at the answer anyway for understanding. So C, cow, then skin. You skin the cow, gets leather. You should play more Red Dead Redemption 2. Just saying. Cow, then you skin him. Then you take his leather. Then you make the belt out of it. Totally not gruesome at all. So let's continue the next one. Hello? Why is it? Okay, just to repeat, guys, don't worry about that. So, the words in bold, crap, what did they do? Okay, the words in bold are from an artificial language. Beside each word is its meaning in English. Hifan, slack means fill cup. Slack, mers, slack means blue cup. Respok, hifan means landfill. Which word could mean fill bottle? So, off the bat, we know MERS. MERS means blue because slack is in both fill cup and blue cup. So slack is cup. So MERS is blue. So hifan is in both fill cup and landfill. So hifan would mean fill in the sense. Book would mean land. So which word could mean fill bottle? So you would have to start with hifan, and none of the following starts with hifan. So it would have to be, and none of the following except A starts with hifan. So A would be the answer. Hifan slop. Continue. We have to hurry. I don't want this video passing 30 minutes. Okay. So, for items 16 to 18, select the most appropriate word to complete each sentence. Okay. Yesterday, I learned how to flour to make fried dumplings. And usually, you would need a flour. Not need, N-E-E-E-D. You would have to need as in K-N-E-A-D. Got that? So the need of flour, that's when you roll it up on your hand, roll it up, then you just go like this around it, then you just squish it, and that's how you need a flour. I think. Thank you. So it couldn't be need because that's wrong need, because that's N-E-E-D. That's when you want something. So A is the wrong need, N-E-E-D. And C, bake doesn't. You don't bake fried dumplings. You don't bake dumplings. And roast, you don't roast dumplings. You fry them. So that's why it should only be B. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day because it keeps the brain and boosts blood sugar levels. Sugar is actually good for you, believe it or not, in small quantities. You don't want to work the sugar plantation. Done. Okay. So, but you all know the saying, breakfast keeps the brain sharp. So sometimes the ability test focuses on like proverbs. So you need to extend your mind with that, okay? Everyone watching the video, you need to extend your mind with that. So, it's a pep is rounded. It's like general knowledge, making it impossible to study for. So, but you have to keep your mind sharp about it. You have to just understand more and more topics, keeping yourself more rounded for the ability test. So you would know by general knowledge that it doesn't. People always say breakfast keeps your brain sharp. So that's what you have to use to answer this question, or you can use elimination, because you can say breakfast is the most important meal of the day because it keeps the brain relaxed. Doesn't sound right. Clear doesn't sound right. Rested doesn't sound right in that situation. Keeps the brain sharp is more of like a proverb sense, I don't think you know what I meant, but going on to the next one. So, normally was given a of bamboo earrings for her birthday. Okay, earrings. Sorry, don't worry about that. A pair, because P-A-R-E is what again? Do your own research. got you right there, didn't I? Okay, P-E-R, I think that is the pier. You know where they go to a place near a shore. That's what they call the pier. And that pier is like a fruit pier. And that pier, I just don't know. But I know the P-A-I-R pier, which is like the most used pair. That pair is most used in the ability test. Or in my life, that is the most used pair. Because most of these other pairs, you might have to put them in a sentence. So that's why I want you guys to search up the meaning for those pairs. Because I don't actually know the meaning myself for these pairs. So let's continue to question 19. Then we'll stop off at 20. Because this video, dang it, it's already 30 minutes long. Okay. Dang it, okay. Passage 1. The history of pizza begins watch this. Okay, so read the passage and select whether each conclusion drawn is best described as true, false, or cannot tell in items 19 and 20. So this last things we're gonna read. Better listen. The history of pizza begins in the distant past, when various ancient cultures produced basic flatbread with several toppings. Basically, pizza just needed cheese. The first pizza was probably made by Italians because of their accent. We say it because of their accent. They're cool. Modern pizza developed in Naples. Oh, the modern pizza, the cheese, the cheese, pepperoni. Hey. So the modern pizza developed in Naples, Italy. So it was made by Italians. When tomato and toppings were added to the flatbread in the late 18th century. So this is the history of pizza. This is the history of pizza in a topic sentence. The first sentence in the paragraph is the topic sentence. Remember that. So that's passage 1. Passage 2, Bambi is a traditional Jamaican cassava flatbread. They're both flatbreads. Descendant from the simple flatbread eaten by the Tainos, Jamaicans, original inhabitants until, the Spaniards, till all the British fought over a dumb country, the whole dumb thing right there. So Bambis have been consumed long before Columbus. And I actually tried Bambi. It's horrible. I'll tell you that much. Bambi's have been consumed long before Columbus came to Jamaica. It is made from cassava flour. It is believed that Bambi was prepared and eaten by Bambi. Someone's right over there telling me Bambi. Prepared and eaten by native Tainos. We probably won't. Maybe we didn't make it as good as them. Maybe it's even better. Maybe it was utter garbage back then. But see, we don't know unless you look it up. Okay, question 19. The Tainos played an important role in the development of pizza. Hey. That's they're both flatbreads, but that's false. That's false? That right there would be false or cannot tell. But in the passage, it doesn't say that pizza was. It doesn't say the Tainos played an important role of developing pizza. But they said they played flatbread. It didn't say false. But this, I would say C, cannot tell, because the passage doesn't tell you about any pizza. and how pizza was determined. Maybe it didn't say, the passage didn't explicitly say that was false. And during this paper, you can't look at implicit information. Let me tell you about explicit and implicit real quick. Explicit is what is determined in the paragraph. What is in the paragraph. Whenever explicit is implicit, because explicit is what's in the paragraph, okay? Implicit is what you determine, what you inference. And inference and PEP, they're like this. Okay, they're like that. So, inference and PEP, they don't really mesh a lot. So that's why I say C cannot tell. It could be false. Could be false. But it didn't say. The passage didn't say anything about that, and the passage didn't give us this information. So I would say cannot tell. If it just